Okay, here's the engine that we've rebuilt and rebored. The acid test of any rebuild is a compression test. So I've got my test harness rigged up. We're connected to number 1 cylinder at the moment. So here we go. Can you see? We're looking for between 120 and 110 psi. And here we've got 125, there or thereabouts, maybe just over. So that's a good cylinder. And we want evenness between 5 and 10 psi between each cylinder. We've gone 0.25 mil, 0.5 mil and 0.25 mil. So there will be a bit of discrepancy between this one and the other two. So this is number 2, this is one that's 0.5. 125, just maybe 2 psi less. Fingers crossed. Everything mic'd up nicely when I measured it all after we'd rebored and honed. So hopefully it should be okay. This is number 3. 128. So 128, 125, 128. So we're going to say that that is a good power head. Very pleased with that. So as you can see, we've got the power head dressed. We've got our carbs on, 90 horsepower carbs that we were going to fit, because if you remember, we are uprating this engine from 75 to 90 whilst rebuilding. So we've got 90 horsepower carbs, we've got the 90 horsepower exhaust pipe. So she should make some nice noises for the new owner, and she should go like stink on his boat. So I'm quite excited to finish this job off. Let's get cracking. Now, another one of my favourite things to do when I've rebuilt an engine and before I put the gearbox back on is to give it a quick run. The reason I do that is twofold. Number 1, I can run it out of the water without the gearbox on and I don't do any impeller damage. Obviously don't do it for very long so the engine doesn't get hot. And number 2, I just like to bring the noise, and when the engine's out of the water and there's no gearbox on, you really hear the sound of a 2-stroke. So, shall we do it? Let's do it. Right, we have fuel connected and we've got fuel pipes routed and plumbed correctly now. We've got a battery. Let's have a see what happens. Are you excited? I am. That's the choke. It's live. It's live. Okay, so it's alive. Mechanically it sounds quiet and the exhaust is very loud, which is just what we want with the new 90 horsepower exhaust pipe fitted. I think that's going to go pretty nice. Let's get an impeller in the gearbox, on the engine, and get this engine in the test tank so we can give it a proper run. Nice. Okay, so we're going to try full throttle. But only for a few seconds at a time. While the engine is still running in, she's running in for 2 hours. You don't want to run at full throttle for more than about 10-15 seconds. So we'll just inch our way up. I'm going to tidy up the wiring, put the airbox on, put the power head, the flywheel cover on, and give her a right good clean. Okay, so we're in the tank with the bad boy now. First things first, this engine's had a full rebuild. 3 new pistons, new carburetors. So I've balanced the carburetors already. I'm going to set up the carbs now for mixture and tick over speed. And once I've done that, we'll give the engine a proper test. So let's start her up. So the Yamaha ignition system has a falsely high idle at first. It sets the idle at about 1500 revs, and then when the engine's been running for about 30 seconds or so, it then slows the idle down. So what you've got to do is leave it just sit on your hands for 30 seconds or a minute or even 2. And if you hear that little sneeze, that's a little telltale that we've got the mixture too weak. Let's speed it up a little bit for starters. We'll give it half a turn on the tick over speed, and we'll do that just so we can keep it running while we richen the mixture. The mixture screws are here, here and here, brass screws. So remember, the engine's ticking over too fast at the moment, but we're just going to go out a quarter of a turn. And you do the same with each carb. Never do that one a quarter, that one a half, that one nothing. They all have to be exactly the same. Tick over's a little bit too fast now. So let's slow it down a tad. We'll have a little listen now. Just wait, sit on your hands, don't do anything. See if the engine sneezes again. If it sneezes, then we richen the mixture up, which is unscrewing the mixture screw, which in turn allows the a little bit more fuel to go through the engine. So sneezing again, we're going to go out another quarter turn. And we'll speed the tick over up a tad. A little bit more. Okay. That sounds quite happy to me now. So when you know you've gone out rich enough, the engine will stop sneezing. What you want to do is try it in gear. So we'll try it in forward gear. And there should be not a big discernible difference in tick over speed between out of gear, that's about 900 revs, and in gear, that's about 850. So that is just about perfect. Now the other test that you need to make is acceleration. So if under acceleration the engine bogs down and tries to die, you still have it too weak. But if it doesn't, if it accelerates nicely and smoothly, then that's a key barometer for you having the mixture quite nice. So let's accelerate and see if it bogs down. Okay, so it picked up immediately and it's not sneezing anymore. So that tells me we've got those mixtures set just perfect. And the tick over speed between in and out of gear, only about 50 RPM. So I'm really pleased that those carbs are balanced and set up nicely. So with this being a brand new engine, well, new pistons, new rings, board and honed cylinders, we don't want to run too fast, but we do need to run it in. And to run it in, you need to do it in varying stages, starting at tick over for about 10 minutes, then 2000 revs for about 10 minutes, then 3000 revs for about 10 minutes, then back to tick over for 10 minutes, and then you can run it up at full speed, but only for 30 seconds at a time, and vary the revs, and you continue to do that for about 4 hours. But other things I'm listening for is any engine noise, any nasty mechanical knocks, bangs, With a two-stroke, they sometimes sound a little bit agricultural, but around this side, in fact, I'll bring you with me. Around this side, you can listen for any noise, any knocks, rattles, bangs and bumps, but that sounds really happy. And that makes me really happy. There's nothing worse than rebuilding an engine and then having to take it apart again. And I have had to do that once or twice before, not for quite a few years, thankfully. I remember once I rebuilt an outboard engine. I was 16 years old when my dad was on holiday. I wanted to impress him. And he came back from holiday and I had the engine all rebuilt and in the tank ready to run. I started it up and it sounded perfect and my dad nodded and he was really pleased with me. I put it in gear and accelerated and then there was just this crash bang wallop. The engine stopped. My dad just raised his eyebrow and walked off. And what had happened was the needle bearings in the small end of the engine, I had lost one of them when I was rebuilding the engine and I thought it had dropped on the floor, so I just got another one from the stores, put it in, and yeah, I hadn't lost it. It had fallen into the piston, so that, while the engine was running, went around through the induction side of the engine, through the inlet ports, hit the cylinder head and the piston and crushed between the two and just made a right mess of the piston rings and everything. So yeah, I've been a lot more careful with needle bearings since then. So that engine's a nice one. I'm going to run her in. I hope you've enjoyed the rebuilding of this and the 90 horsepowering of it. And I'm just going to let her eat for a little second for you, just so you can hear how she sounds. Are you ready? It's a right induction noise. Another thing that I forgot to mention was when you're bedding an engine in, when you're running an engine in, it's very, very important to use double oil. So this engine runs on 50 to 1, I've got 25 to 1 in that tank. So yeah, really important that. So just give her one little tiny blip flat out. So there we go. If you enjoyed that, smash the like button, hit subscribe. I do loads of little how-tos and stuff like that. It's not the tied in, dead cert, best way of doing everything. It's just the way that I've been taught by my dad, who in my opinion was the best boat mechanic this side of Pittsburgh. So yeah, if you like what we do, subscribe, tell your pals and keep watching. Until next time, thank you very much guys. Bye bye.